Hi, welcome to HeatherMaderArt. I appreciate you stopping by today. I just wanted to talk about this beautiful iridescent copper and green cloud pour. This is Phthalo Green by Golden. I love Golden's Fluid Acrylics. And this is also the iridescent copper by Golden Fluid Acrylics. It's so brilliant and shiny when it dries. And then of course I have my Deco Art Satin Enamel in the center, and it's just 3 colors. It was very simple to mix up these paints, and you guys all know how that goes. Sometimes it can take forever. Basically all I did was mix the Deco Art with 50% regular white paint. In this case I believe it was Winsor Newton, and then I mix that again 50% with Floetrol, and that's usually how I mix my Deco Art Satin Enamel. It tends to work sometimes if the enamel is a little heavy, thick. I'll go ahead and put some water in with it, but most of the time I don't even need to do that. So this is one of those pours where I layered in the cup the satin enamel and then the green and copper and green. You can see there's a few little stripes in there. That means that I layered the cup a couple times. I just didn't like it. It wasn't going anywhere for me, and so a lot of times when that happens, I'll mix up another cup of paint and I'll do another pour in the center, and that's exactly what I did in this case. Just a little ring pour, and I'm not really, totally exact with my ring pours, but I just feel like that satin enamel has a chance to not necessarily just sit in the center just like a cloud, but now there's 2 layers of it, so the outer layer will give kind of that soft ethereal look, and then the inner layer will give that cloudy effect. I do notice that the iridescent copper tends to give me those pretty cells. So you can see all those pebbly looking cells developing. And I'm pretty sure that's from the iridescent copper and also from the gold, the fine gold or the deep gold flow acrylic by Golden. That's one of the reasons I love the metallics by Golden. For some reason they give me these pebbly looking cells when I use them. And I don't have to even use the satin enamel to get those cells. Sometimes I can just get them, with other colors. So, yeah. So in this case, I'm just finding my composition. And for those of you who wonder about my process, this is a very simple painting for me. It's not always this simple. In fact, I'm not one of those people that can be usually just satisfied with a very simple pour. I am always striving as an artist to do something more. So reaching is what I would like to call it. So I'm always reaching for something more. And in this case, I immediately saw something that reminded me of a shell. And so I started trying to keep that shell shape and see if there was anywhere else I could go with it. Anyway, I decided at this point that there was some other thing missing in that painting, and I just wanted to, that copper is so bright when it dries. I just wanted to incorporate another element into the piece of that copper. So I will show you what I did next. So I turned the painting around and I decided to drizzle some of this copper over that big band of satin enamel down at the bottom. And if you guys have watched one of my other videos, I call this the marbling effect. It really does give this beautiful look when it dries, as the satin enamel gulps up any paint that you put on top of it. Here I'm also drizzling some green over the top of that. It just falls down under the satin enamel, and then I tilt it a little bit to give it some of that cloudy look, and then it dries so pretty. I'm going to give you just like a little close-up. There's the top left corner, the center, that marbling effect, and then the right side. And there it is wet again, just kind of like an overview shot. But I cannot tell you dried how, see, look at that, look at the fiery copper. It just turned out so shiny and gorgeous. I love golden iridescent copper. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I really appreciate it, and I love it that you're watching and subscribing. And don't forget to make comments, and I would love to continue making more art videos for you.